Week 11 of the SBA rolls on after one of the most shocking results as the Waluigi Spitballs and the Yoshi Eggs tie for the first time in SBA history. We're going back to Yoshi Park, this time with the Diddy Monkeys visiting the Bowser Monsters. The Bowser Monsters visiting the Diddy Monkeys, as this is the home stadium for the Diddy Monkeys. As Toad will get on base for the Diddy Monkeys, they're just trying to continue their run. Currently, they're 5-5. They won last week, so this is something to look out for. They did win against the Daisy Flowers. That is a pretty decent win. One of the better teams in the wild card right now, as we see a good hit from Diddy Kong, but that'll be a pop fly. Insane. For those who are not watching live, I'm still stunned from the reaction of this as we see a steal here from Toad, and that won't work. How about that? Toad tried to steal, but Funky Kong didn't help him out. So now there's 2 outs. Funky Kong, can he get something to go here? And that's a good hit to left field. Can the train get back around in time? No, it cannot. So a quick 1-2-3 out after our attempted steal from Toad. This has been the wildest week of the SBA so far. A tie. I still can't get over that. That's going to be on my mind ever since we're going to be on this game. But here come the Bowser Monsters just trying to get something to go. I mean, they've been reeling for a while. It's crazy because the Bowser Monsters start out as one of the best teams in the SBA, beating teams like the DK Wilds and other teams as well. And for the most part, they actually look like they were on the up and up, but they've been on a horrific skid, and now they're 3-7 with a negative 23 run differential. So if they want any chance of getting into that wild card, they have to get in on record. So really it is up to this team, just their power hitters. I mean, it goes back to their pitching as well, because their pitching besides their top guy is not that strong. But here comes Josh Miara. We could see a good hit from Josh Miara, and that's going to be dropped. No one's going to go after it, so Pianta's going to third. And here comes Red Pianta. An early chance to get some points on the board for the Bowser Monsters. And a good hit there. Will that be a pop fly? That will go right in the pipe? No! I thought that was going right in the pipe, but Monty Mo grabbed it. All right, with that being said, the Diddy Monkeys will be back up, and oh boy, the big boy is up. One of the best home run hitters in the SBA. Can he get something to go immediately for this team? And that will almost be grabbed by Paratroopa. But luckily, King K. Rool gets the first. It's a fair ball. Here comes Brown Critter, who's been coming into his own. Had a fantastic game of the week last week. Won the MVP. And he was rightfully so deserved of it just because of how he did on defense and offense as well. Good hit there. Will that be off the wall? Yes, it will. And that will send King K. Rool to second. And here comes Vanilla Me, who's been a above average pitcher for the Diddy Monkeys. Not really known for his batting, but could definitely still get some work there done and will get on first. So bases loaded, no outs. A bad situation if you are the Bowser Monsters, but you have the worst part of the lineup coming in for the Diddy Monkeys. Shy Guy can be a power hitter from time to time, but he's not consistent. Unless we see an absolute grand slam from Monty Mo, I'm not expecting much here. And another strike. We could see a strikeout here if we're not careful from Magic Koopa. And that will be a hit over the middle. That will send King K. Rool home, and that will get a run on the board for the Diddy Monkeys. Red Shy Guy with bases loaded, an RBI chance here. A grand slam here would be the first one in SBA history. You know, he can be a good hitter from time to time, but that's the thing, he's easily inconsistent. That sends another run home for the Diddy Monkeys. But that was a double play. So getting Boo out would probably be the best scenario here. Prevent Vanilla Me from coming home as well. Magic Koopa trying to get out of the inning as quickly as possible. Good hit over the middle, and that will send Vanilla Me home. 3-0. First time we've been to Yoshi Park twice. since early on in the season, obviously the story here is that we're not going to DK Jungle at all. So definitely interesting. They're already bringing in Bowser very, very early. I mean, we are going to DK Jungle. The one we aren't going to is Mario Stadium, actually. Because the Waluigi Spitballs and the Mario Fireballs are on the road. Next, the game after this that we will be streaming is the Rookies and Wild. So that should be an interesting one as well. While it's sort of reeling, same thing with the Bowser Jr. Rookie. So it's really the battle of suck. Who can suck less? Like I said before, the Bowser Jr. Rookies are losing 3 of their last 4 games after going 5-1 to start the season. So definitely interesting to see if they can sort of finish out the regular season strong, and they will make the playoffs. That's not the question here. The question here is, can they get back into the bye conversation? And it's looking bleak. See a good hit from Paracupa, and that will drop. Haley McWee will make it the 3rd. And Paratroopa send Taylor McWee home. Hit will go right to Diddy Kong, and that will be a double play. So have one more out. It's up to Magic Koopa. See if he can get anything going for the Bowser Monsters, any sort of offense, and that will not be the case. A quick 2 donut innings for the Bowser Monsters as we go to the top of the 3rd. And like I said before, if you missed it, the Waluigi Spitballs, the best team in the SBA, and the Yoshi Eggs, who many call one of the worst teams in the SBA, just tied. So the way we've never seen a tie in the SBA. So going forward, that's interesting. You get 3 extra innings on both sides, and if no one can score, that's a tie. So that's going to be interesting going forward to see if that happens ever again. And a good grab there from Taylor McWee. That will be a double play. And King K. Rool hit a home run here and cause more damage for the Bowser Monsters. It's deep to center field, and can the Boys get there in time? And yes, it will. Of course, the week before, we have a dedicated bye week before week 12 on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, that's when all the wackiness happens. That's when all the crazy stuff happens in the SBA. Tell me to come back on, but I have some prior obligations, so I can't make it for Wednesday. So instead of just pushing it or doing other things, I'm just gonna give the SBA a little bit of a rest. Like I said before, I've been really happy with the SBA. It's been going fantastic all season long, and just going forward, it's going to just be a lot of fun. It gets a lot of people involved. Everyone's been loving it from what I've been seeing. As we see a good hit deep to center field, but that will be grabbed. That's going to be a pop fly. And the biggest fall off in SBA history so far is Yellow Pianta. Used to hit home runs left, right, and center the first 3 weeks. Now he sort of just became a pedestrian, you know. Someone that, like, not many, just, he was in MVP conversation because he hit at minimum 3 home runs a game, but now he's sort of taking a step back. He's more of a contact hitter now. Don't know what happened, or don't know what conversation he had with Coach Yui, but definitely interesting to see. And what a grab by King K. Rool. A man that large should not be able to jump that high. My goodness me, I mean, he's like 8 feet tall or something like that. Peak male condition, let me tell you. But here comes Brown Critter. Can we see a good hit here? And that'll be foul. And that's going to be a quick out there. Nothing for Brown Critter. KJ was not a fan of us having a tie game for the first time in SBA history. It was really rare of it happening in the first place, so. But here comes Monty Mole, 2 outs already. Can Monty Mole start some sort of rally for the Ding Monkeys? Monty Mole not having the best, he's more of an defensive, player. He's been fantastic on the defensive end, but It's that offensive end where you just hope that he shines a little bit more. More hits like that, and Montemole can be dangerous at the back end of this lineup. But here comes one of the most underrated players in the SBA today, Red Shy Guy. Over the middle, and that will get on base. Red Shy Guy not only being an outstanding outfielder, but very underrated on offense. He's been fantastic. Like I said, here comes Boo. Boo's been horrific on offense. Maybe he can get something to go here. And a good hit there. Well, actually getting the gap, so good for them. And that was at Montemole home. 4-0 Monkeys. And here comes Red Toad. Can Toad get anything to go here? Good hit there, and that will drop. That was another run home, 5-0. It's getting ugly for the Bowser Monsters. And the thing is, you fix the chemistry in the outfield, and you're like, oh yeah, man, that's good. That's gonna fix our problems. And for the most part, it does. But it's your pitching problem. It's the fact that Bowser is your second best pitcher, and when you get into the offseason, that's gonna be one of your biggest needs. Now you don't have to worry about the outfield home runs, which definitely hindered you early on in the season. But now that Bowser is your second best pitcher, that's a constant issue that you've been having to fight for the better part of this entire season. And Beyonce trying to get something to go here. Good hit. Will get on base. For the Bowser Monsters, this is just a reset year. I mean, you have some good players. You definitely have some positions of improvement that you can make. You could make some splashes, especially if you get a low draft pick. If you're the worst team, you will get the best pick. But I mean, it's possible, but I'm not completely sure if that's going to be the case. Good double play there. He's sleeping. Most give my sincerest dislike. How about the Yoshi Eggs? Hanging tough with one of if not the top teams in the SBA. I mean, Wally's footballs have been looking fantastic all season long, and for them to tie with the Yoshi Eggs, that's sort of worrying if you are D-Sleep. You saw some production from Wario finally. It's been way too long since that happened, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. But here comes King K. Rool. No home runs yet from King K. Rool. We haven't seen one in a while. This one's deep to center field. Oh, the train's going to play a little bit of a factor. And now we'll get King K. Rool to a double. And King K. Rool debated going to third. Hold your horses, big fella. You're not that fast. Then here comes Brown Critter. Already winding up. He wants this one. Good hit over the middle. Will get King K. Rool to third. And Illumi trying to get something to go here, and that'll just be grabbed by Paratroopa. And really, the back half of the Diddy Monkeys lineup has actually been sort of the most productive, at least getting the ball in the gap and just getting the RBI hits. I mean, it's been Montemole, Shy Guy, and Boo who's been your sort of reliable players when it comes to getting the runs. Why are we shitting on Florida Man? At least wait until game of the week. Good hit there from Red Shy Guy. We'll make it bases loaded. Not every fat character is Florida Man. AJ. Oh my goodness. But here comes Boo. Like I said before, sort of an RBI monster. Been able to get a hit in the gaps. Not that time. Josh Mauer grabs it. And I think it's that lack of defensive identity for the Bowser Monsters is the reason they've not been able to, produce. I think you have the offensive players in some spots, but I think you probably need one more power hitter and a very, very good pitcher, and I think the Bowser Monsters can be a really good team. I think the outfield is set. I think you have a lot of good things you can see with that outfield. And they've actually been sort of underrated hitters as well, but like I said, it goes back to the defense. You can edit the offense all you want. If your defense just it goes back to pitching. It's really just pitching and offense for this team. If your power hitters are on, you're hanging in there with some of the best teams in the SBA, but when they're not, it's pretty ugly. We could see a good hit there from Bowser. That's deep to right field. Can the body jump get there in time? Yes, it can. Red Shy Guy, another robbery. He's been fantastic all season long. Now will prevent any more disaster. And a good hit there from Yellow Pianta. That's going to turn into a double play. What a grab by Diddy Kong. And here comes Red Toad. Sort of been a one-sided affair. Sort of expected. These are sort of the expected. This is what we expected out of last game. Waluigi Spitballs to sort of take care of the Yoshi eggs, but this is more of the bathroom break game. Bowser Monsters hasn't been able to really get anything to go here. I'm gonna get hit there. Will be a double play. And if anything less, this will help us get out of the game earlier. After we had to go to 10 innings. Last game. Good hit there from Funky Kong. That's deep to center field, but that's going to be caught. Maybe the train can play some hero ball? No, it can't. Oh, it can actually! What insanity! Funky Kong thought about going third. I thought that ball was in front of a train, but I guess not. So here comes King K. Rool. And good hit there. Will that be grabbed? No, it will not. And Funky Kong will go home. Love to see King K rolling like Bowser in like a wrestling match. That'd be like the Big Show versus Andre the Giant. Get it there from Brown Critter will be grabbed. Now Bowser Monsters really need to get some offense going. They haven't. Nothing's been working for any of this. So it is up to Josh Miara to start the rally. 7-0. It's a rough outing for the Bowser Monsters, and we've been saying that way more often than we should. It's because they let plays like that happen. Brown Critter coming into his own is dangerous for this Diddy Monkeys team, going back over 500. And if they could mess around and get into a bye week slot if they play their cards right and beat some competition that they need to. You know, looking at the schedule going forward, week 12, the Diddy Monkeys face the Waluigi Spitballs. So with them tying, I think if you beat the Waluigi Spitballs, that could be something. Then you have the DK Wilds and the Bowser Jr. Rookies. So you have two very high level contests out of the last three. Two of the best teams in the SBA out of the last three matches you have is going against top tier competition. I mean, if you want any chance of showing that you're a legit threat in the playoffs, you have to win those games, especially with the position you're in. You cannot, if you want that bye week slot, you cannot risk just going into wildcard weekend. The Bowser Monsters, it's sort of just resetting and just forgetting that this season existed. It was just a rough season from the beginning. It showed promise for about all of 2 weeks, and then it just went off the rails, for lack of a better word. Good hit there from Red Shy Guy, but that will be foul. Love to see a Red Shy Guy home run. That'd be fun. Good C1 here, deep to center field. That should be off the wall, but it looks like it's going to be grabbed by Paragoomba. So here we go. Can Bowser Monsters make it look less embarrassing than it already is? They're at the suspect part of their lineup, so looking very bleak, to say lack of a better word. And a good out to start it. comes Paratroopa. Can Paratroopa get anything to go here? And just nothing there. Down to their last out. It's up to Magikoopa. Maybe we could see a Magikoopa home run. I don't think we've ever seen a shutout in the SBA. I could be wrong. I can double, triple check. I don't think we've ever had just a straight up shutout in the SBA. So, if they're not careful, this could be the first shutout in SBA. Talk about a season of first for SBA history. We may be looking at a shutout, but no. The Mario Fireballs beat the DK Wilds in week 3. And caused a shutout there. But other than that, that will be the ball game. May not be the first shutout in SBA history, but the Diddy Monkeys just got a good primer coming up for next week because they have to face the Waluigi Spitballs. It wasn't 4-0, KJ. It was actually 1-0. I double checked it. It was in week 3. That was the first shutout in SBA history. And MVP goes to Monty Mole. Oh, this just made up for this game. Oh my! Look how beautiful he is. Oh my goodness, we'll look at them in a second, but yeah, rough season for the Bouncing Monsters. There's really nothing to say. Just hopefully they can, get better in the off season. So, but look at my man Monty Mole. Look at my man Monty Mole. I love Monty Mole in this game, man. 90 batting, 20 fielding. Like I said before, the batting was surprisingly good from the back half of your lineup. You didn't really get much from your top guys other than a good day from King K. Rool, but I mean, overall, what a day. I mean, any day that Monty Mole's your MVP is going to be a good day. For the Diddy Monkeys, they go back over 500 to 6-5. And with that, the Bowser Monsters are probably mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but we will see as the season rolls on.